Hi, it's Ash. Welcome to my channel. I'm here to help you run better by helping you look after your body. So you've just been for a run and you need a good stretch. We're going to start on our hands and knees and we're going to work our way through the whole of your body and we're going to start into your back. So we're going to start hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. I think I said that, but if not, we're going to go through there, rounding through the back and chin to your chest and squeeze the breath out. So really pushing the chin towards the chest and pushing your pelvis towards your nose, and then slowly start to arch the back as you press your belly to the floor and chin comes up, and breathing in as you do that. So just a few rounds of cat-cow, so spinal waves. Squeeze the breath out as you round, push into the hands a little bit, and then arch the back as you push your belly to the floor and your chin comes up. So a really nice way to work through your back. As we're running, lots of different positions and steps and impacts going through the body and going through the spine. So continue to move the spine as much as you comfortably can. How was your run? How did it go? How did your body perform in your run? Was there anything that you noticed? Okay, so from here now what we're going to do is we're going to step the left foot out nice and wide. Roughly wherever you can get it up to, roughly about hand height if you can. If not, don't worry. Point the toes, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get into maybe the hamstrings or the groin, the inner thighs, wherever you feel the tightness, maybe even along the shin muscles. So you'll feel it where you're tight and where it's feeling like a nice stretch. So push into the hands to push the head over towards the big toe. And breathe, relax the shoulders, breathe out, and then slowly come back to the centre. Take a breath in, and then as you breathe out, push your head again over towards the big toe. Feel that nice good stretch wherever you're feeling it, the back of the thigh, the inner thigh, maybe both of those, and then come back to the centre. So we're just working our way through that, breathing in here in the centre, exhaling, coming through. Just feel that nice good deep stretch. So one more time, nice inhale as we come back to the centre. Exhale, keep the shoulders relaxed, keep the jaw relaxed, and then step that foot back in. And as we step it back in, just notice how it feels compared to the right one. Have a wiggle, readjust your body, and then we're going to step the right one out nice and wide. So again, roughly at hand height if we can. Have a little bit of a settle into the hands, make sure we're not tense through the shoulders or the jaw. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, just push your head over towards the big toe again. Maybe you feel it in a slightly different area. That's normal. We all have imbalances. And then just come back to the centre. Breathe in here. Keep the spine long. Exhale, push into the hands, and as if you're trying to push your forehead towards your toe. And you just continue to make that movement in your own inhale and exhale. And you're trying to breathe slowly and gently so that the movement is slow and gentle. And that will help soothe the brain and the body. So my run this morning was sub-zero temperature, icy, snowy, really cold. I had lots of layers and a hat on and gloves. For me, when it starts to get cold, I need to cover my hands up. I can't bear having cold fingertips. So when it starts to get to autumn, gloves come on, and then as it starts to get into winter and the snow and the ice comes out, more layers come on. I ditch the shorts, leggings come out, thermal leggings, Under Armour layer, and an extra t-shirt with a weatherproof jacket and a hat, so I get nicely wrapped up. Okay, we're going to come back to the centre, going to step that foot in and feel the difference again. Notice how that leg feels now. And then what we're going to do from here is just going to walk your hands up that little bit further up towards the top of the mat now. So then we can lower the waist down into an upward facing dog. So again, a good stretch for the back, but make sure it feels safe for the back. Pull the shoulders back. If this feels too intense for your back, come to your elbows. We're only pausing here for a moment before we move on. Okay, so take a breath into the belly button, and then from here we're going to send the hips backwards. Come onto the hands if you're using that sphinx on the elbows. Rock slightly back with the hips, and as we come forward, step the left knee to the left wrist. We're going to work into the glutes. Take the right knee up. If you feel pain with this in the knee, you need to take your foot a little bit higher. So we're going to take the left foot across the mat, and as we go back, if you feel pain in the knee, you can take your foot a little bit higher upwards. Or maybe you can get a cushion, a yoga block, or something to sit the left hip into. So you might want to pause the video and do that now. But from here now, what we're going to do is walk the hips and the foot backwards, and we're trying to sit that left hip down in towards the floor or the block or the cushion, and push the right hip in towards the left heel. We're going to come down nice and slowly onto the elbows, if that feels okay. If not, stay up on the hands. And we're going to go into the left elbow and into the right elbow. So going left and right. Try and release the tension that might be in your shoulders and your jaw. And try and breathe in that really nice soothing way again. So you're helping your body. So your central nervous system, the brain, and the network of nerves, you're helping everything relax. And remember, the nerves communicate with the muscles. So if the central nervous system is relaxed, that means those muscles are going to be a little bit more relaxed because they're not on alert, they're not on hyper alertness. So we're just moving gently left and right, massaging into that left hip, glute, piriformis area. They do so much work at stabilising and generating power when we're running the glutes. Okay, and then come back up onto the hands, and then we're going to sit into that left hip now. So remove the block or the cushion if you've got one, and sit the left hip into the floor. The right hip will come up away from that left heel. We're going to bring that right knee towards the left foot now. So we're almost in like a 90 degree position. So there's a bit of a gap between the foot and the knee. And then we're going to go a little bit slightly different area. We're going to bring the elbows, so left elbow to the left knee, right elbow towards the left foot, and push the belly button down into the floor. Again, we're using that massage to move left and right, bring the forehead over towards the toe, bring the head over towards the knee. So just a slightly different area as we just breathe and move through that. Just noticing how this side feels. Does it feel tight, tense, achy? What do you learn about your body as we go through it and stretch it? It's also a nice opportunity to learn and understand what your body needs. Is it tighter on this side? Does it need less intensity? Do you need to be a bit calmer and kinder? Okay, and I'm going to slowly come up with the head and chest. And now we're going to get into that, maybe the groin or the hip flexors on the right now. So this is forwards, obviously. We're going to walk back with the hands, keep the elbows bent. And then what we're going to do is open up the chest by pushing the belly button and the chest forwards, and pull the shoulders back. I'm just looking out now and I can see the snow. It's starting to get really heavy. It looks so cold and grey. And in this nice warm studio recovering. So you should be feeling that maybe in the right inner thigh, maybe into the groin. And what we're going to do is, again, we're going to pulse with it really slowly. We're going to bend the elbows as you push your belly button and your chest forwards, just to go a little bit deeper into it. Take a breath out, and then as you breathe in, get a little bit taller and come more forwards. So bring the head up towards the sky, get a little bit taller, releasing some of the stretch. And then as you breathe out, like going backwards into it and just stretching, but still pulling the shoulders backwards, so we're getting that. And you might feel that intensity increase in the stretch a little bit. That's good. We don't want to be going too aggressive. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Okay, one more inhale as we exhale again. Last one. And then from here, we're going to sit up a little bit higher, so head comes back over the pelvis. We're going to take hold of the right foot now and pull that right hip, heel into the hip. Use the left hand to twist round and then look over that left shoulder. So you're pushing the left hand into the floor, and we're going to pulse with the right heel coming into the hip and then releasing. Heel into the hip and then releasing. So you just pull, and you should feel that in the quads and going up into the hip flexors. Keep breathing. Maybe you feel it opening through the chest. And the shoulders and the arms. So one more breath in as we pulse. As we release, we're going to straighten this right leg now, hands behind the back, straighten this right leg all the way around to the front now. We're going to get into the calves and the hamstrings area. So have a bit of a movement and adjust, get comfortable onto your bum. Have a slight bend in the knee, really pull the toes, and then we're going to go down both hands towards the shin muscle. The shin. Then what we'll do from here, if you can get your toes, let's get hold of the toes. If not, don't worry, just stay hold of the lower leg muscle. Then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to lift up and inhale, get nice and tall with the spine, bring the head up slightly. And as we exhale, rounding down nice and gently. So not collapsing, but just kind of rounding into it. Inhaling, lifting, pull the toes if you've got hold of them. Exhale, gently pushing your belly button down in towards your thigh and just softening a little bit. So we're inhaling up, exhaling, softening down, nice and easy. Just continue to do that. And just feel that nice stretch. Have a nice smile. You're here looking after your body, helping your body recover. Well done. And then just release that, stretch hands back to the side of the hips, bring the legs out straight in front, and then what we're going to do is as we do that, mindfully check in with the right and the left side. You can feel the difference, you can notice in different areas they feel different, those legs. We're going to bounce the calf muscles and the hamstrings against the mat. There's a little bit of a squish. Okay, and then from here we're going to slowly start to come onto our hands and knees again, and we're going to go through that on the other side now. So back into hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and then we're going to walk forwards with those hands again into that upward facing dog, nice and slowly lowering the hips down towards the floor, and then just a little bit of an inhale as you lift your chin and chest up, pull the shoulders back. From here as you exhale, send the hips backwards. And then push into the hands a little bit. From here, we're going to step the right knee to the right wrist as we come forwards. We're going to lift the back knee, and we're going to take the right foot across the mat. Again, if we need to, if you get pain in the knee, just lift that right foot up that little bit more. Pause the video again if you need to grab yourself a cushion or a block for this right hip, because the left and right sides will be different. This side might be tighter. So sit back down, walk backwards with the hips and the leg at the back, sit the right hip in towards the block, the cushion or the floor, and bring this left hip towards the right heel. Get comfortable, stay here if this feels like too much as we go down. So come back to here if coming to the elbows here is too much. Okay, so again, relax the shoulders, relax the jaw, move and massage into that right hip. You're going to give the knee a good squish, that's good. I want to help it. It's almost like flushing into the area. Squeezing the muscles, the cartilage and everything around it. As we go left and right into the mat. Keep the breath nice and, again, soothing. So in and out through the nose if you're able to. And just notice how this side feels compared to the other one. And I'm going to start to walk the hands back up towards the hips. And just have a little bit of a wiggle. And now remove the block or the cushion if you had one. We're going to sit into the right hip. So the right hip sits into the floor. We're going to bring that left knee towards the right heel, and then we're going to bring the left elbow towards the right foot and the right elbow towards the right knee. And we're going to just bring that right foot up that little bit more so it's almost in like a 90-degree angle. I'm going to push my belly button down in towards the shin, and then we're going to move again, push into the elbows to bring your forehead towards the big toe, and then release and bring the head over towards the knee. So you're going massage to the left, push the head towards the toe, release the head towards the knee, and you're squishing everything down into the floor again, getting all that nice massage into the veins, the arteries, the cartilage, the joint area, and the muscles. So you're getting all that nice compression. And keep breathing as we do this. And just notice how nice it feels to just work on you, work on your body. We've had the intensity of the run and we're balancing it out with this nice soothing practice where we're stretching, we're working into muscles and joints, we're breathing, we've got a bit of mental space. I'm going to come up nice and tall, hands back over the hips. So this is forwards again. We're going to bring just a little bit of a gap between the foot and the knee. We're going to walk backwards with the hands. Again, we're going to get into that, maybe that inner thigh or the groin, of pulling into the hip flexors. Pull the shoulders back, push the belly button and the chest forwards. And then from here, again, we're going to get nice and tall, come forwards a little bit, lift up through the spine, breathe in. As you breathe out, just round slightly through the spine and kind of push backwards a little bit. Let the elbows bend. Keep pulling the shoulders back. Breathe in, get tall, bring the head over the pelvis. Exhale, kind of soften backwards a little bit deeper into that stretch. And just move through that. Inhaling back up. Exhale again. There's that nice dynamic element to it that's kind of massaging. Okay, last one. As we come back up to the centre, we're going to take hold of the left foot with the left hand. And then we're going to bring the left heel towards the left hip. So getting into the quads and the hip flexors, we're going to take the right hand backwards and twist it, push into the floor, and pull the left heel in towards the hip. Push the right hand into the floor and twist and look over that right shoulder. Pulse the left heel into the hip, then release slightly. Into the hip, and then release. So we're just getting that nice, good, again, dynamic massage. Stretching, but we're not aggressively doing this. Really important that if your body doesn't look like mine at this moment in time, don't judge your body against my body. I always say it, but it's really important not to compare ourselves to others. As long as you're feeling a good stretch along the thigh, up into the hip flexors at the front of the hips, that's what we're aiming for. And we want to be helping your body recover rather than adding more stress into it. Okay, we're going to slowly release, hands behind the hips, and then what we're going to do from here is we're going to straighten that left leg nice and long. Feels like a nice relief to do that. Move and get into a comfortable position on your bum, bring your head over your pelvis. We're going to have a slight bend in the knee, and then we're going to slowly bring both hands down the shin, really pulling the toes up towards the head. And if you can get a hold of the toes, let's do that. If not, again, don't worry, it's not a competition. From here, we're going to breathe in, get nice and tall. Really lift up through the spine, push the belly button into the thigh. You should feel that extra little bit by doing that. As you exhale, slightly round. Soften down. Inhale, lift, nice and active. Pull the toes, push the belly button into the thigh. Exhale, just nice softening down. Continue to make that movement a few more times now in your own inhale and exhale. A nice soothing stretch. Last one. Okay, and then as you soften, bring the hands back down in towards the hips. Bring both legs out nice and long. Again, notice and feel that work that we've just done. Notice how your legs feel. Do they feel lighter, refreshed? No, mine feel almost brand new. Like, oh, so good. Okay, so from here, we're going to work into the shoulders. So again, in our daily life, when we're teching on our tech, laptops, phones, gadgets, whatever it may be, we're hunching forwards, we're rounding forwards, pushing the shoulders forwards. We're going to do the opposite of that. We also do that when we're running, or some of us do that when we're running. We're going to open that chest and shoulder and arm area. So we're going to sit with the long legs straight in front, pull the toes up slightly. Or if you've not got long legs, you haven't. I've got long legs, so that's why I said long legs. We're going to walk the hands back, fingertips pointing backwards, and then what we're going to do, slight bend in the elbows. Push the belly button and the chest forwards, and really pull the shoulders back.
So you get a good stretch. If this pinches, you can take your hands wider away from each other. But you keep pushing, so it's active. You push your chest and your belly button forward, pull the shoulders back, and just take that nice, good, refreshing stretch. So personally, I did a run yesterday, but I also did some upper body stuff. I'm a little bit achy in the shoulders today, so this just feels amazing, just to open up. How does it feel for you? How does your body feel in general as we've gone through this stretch? So if you have enjoyed this practice, if you've enjoyed this stretch as we come towards the end of it, I always say it, and I do apologise, it gets boring if you watch my videos, it must get boring. But it's the only way I can ask for you to support my channel for free. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just a little thank you for watching and following along with my video. As you can simply press the thumbs up, put thanks for the video in the comments if you're not sure what to put, or let me know how it felt for your body. Let me know what run you was doing and how it felt to do this video. Share the video, so shares are directly increasing more people coming into my channel, this community, which I greatly appreciate. And subscribe to the channel if you're not. So when it comes forwards, you should have had a really nice long stretch there in the arms and shoulders, and your body should feel nice and refreshed. How does it feel? So thank you for following along with me. Thank you for stretching, and well done you for putting that time, energy and effort into your health by doing this stretching routine. So thank you, and I shall see you in the next video.